The Netball World Cup reaches its conclusion today. The gold medal match between England and Australia will take place at 6 p.m. Vaylen Kirtley is there in Cape Town. Vaylen, are we expecting a full crowd at the ICC this evening?
We certainly are. Everybody wants to see who is going to lift the world crown here in Cape Town at the 2023 Netball World Cup. Among some of those very special guests, a little earlier on, I saw Khosi Mokoena and Kasi Semenya actually walking into the arena. And we'll know that over the last couple of days, we've seen some high-profile sporting celebrities. Springboks captain Siya Kolisi was also in the stands and, in fact, leading a chorus of support for the Proteas just a couple of days ago. So there's been a lot of people that have come to also be a part of what is the first African Netball World Cup. One of those people was the Minister of Sport and Recreation. He was here a little bit earlier on today. We know that he's been instrumental, along with his department, in actually putting this all together. But today it was not only about being proud of the Proteas, but also about women's football. Because following them falling out in the round of 16 after a 2-0 defeat to the Netherlands in the early hours of this morning, he says that it's his expectation that Banyana's historic victory and run at the FIFA Women's World Cup won't go in vain. So he's now made it his initiative, his motivation, that he wants to get women's football properly professionalized. Here's what he had to say a little earlier on when we chatted to him.
This morning I had a meeting with the national broadcaster. I'll be meeting with SuperSport to make sure that those discussions are taken further, because the SuperSport, as you know, they're quite critical in relation to these issues of the league. I'll be meeting with SAFA. This is next week. I'm talking about next week, because we can't be talking long about the issues about professional league. We need, if you see some of the players, even in Spa Proteas, those who play in other leagues, you see the difference even in other countries, and you can see with us that we may need to do something in order to develop women football.
But you can see that it's just gotten a lot busier around me, and that's because it's half-time in the bronze medal match that is currently underway. And the last time that I checked the score, it is Jamaica that's leading New Zealand for that bronze medal. I'm going to ask Ndu just to take a couple of steps back, because we're also going to be chatting to the head of the LOC, Priscilla Masisi. She has been the driving force behind ensuring that this tournament runs smoothly. She joins us now. A very good afternoon. Thanks for chatting to Newzroom Africa. We've chatted to you a number of times in the build-up to the tournament. Now that we're on the final day, are you happy with how things have gone?
We are very, very happy. It has been successful. The crowd has been amazing. It's full house, full to capacity now. Yesterday as well it was full to capacity. So the teams are happy. They are leaving early in the morning tomorrow. It has been successful, yes.
We saw quite a lot of empty stands, especially during the week. Looking back now, were there things that the LOC could have done to ensure that that didn't happen?
It was beyond our control. Looking at, I know people are complaining about the ticket, the price of the tickets, but looking at when you that price, we are watching actually 2 games. And during Wednesday and Thursday, with that price, we are watching 3 games. So to us, when you look at it averagely, the price is not that bad. It's competitive, because with 1 ticket you are watching 2 games. And also people need to take into account that it's school holidays. I mean, it's not school holidays. Children are going to school. It's a working period. So people are at work. That's why on the weekends you find that the turnover is higher than during the week.
I understand that you actually had an initiative during the week where there was one day where you invited school children, as long as they came in their school clothes, to actually also support. Tell us a little bit more about that.
We had to invite them to come after school, because in the morning, remember they are still at school, so we invited the school so that after the school, in the afternoon they can come and join us, and also for them to experience and be part of this Netball World Cup.
It was a fantastic initiative. Were the prices set by the LOC or were they set by World Netball?
Remember, when we set up the prices, we looked at the exchange rate, rand-dollar exchange, because if we are going to price a ticket at 100 rand, a person who's coming with $1 or with €1 or £1, it's like it was £1 or so it was £2. So it was not competitive when you look at that. So hence we then need to look at also look at the previous World Cups. What is the average price that has been charged, and looking at the economical scale at the moment.
Are you disappointed with how South Africa did, ending in 6th spot? And do you think that that had any effect on people coming to watch the tournament?
No, I don't think so. I'm not technical. My role was just to organize the World Cup, and my responsibility has been on the 16 teams. As much as we would have wanted South Africa to be on the podium, but I think they showed a very fighting spirit. Jamaica was too strong for us. But if you look at New Zealand, that match, New Zealand is number 1, and they drew that match. So I'm not that disappointed about their performance. I think they really did their best.
It's also been a challenging time for you, not because of anything that the LOC did, but the fact that there was a massive taxi strike which had an impact on the tournament. At one stage, you guys were just running on skeleton staff. How did you manage that?
I think the CTICC came on board because on the first day of the strike, which was on Thursday, CTICC, they informed us that only 11 people are here. And so they made measures to ensure that there is catering that is going to happen, and also that the spectators, when they come here, they will find something to eat. So they really came on board. In terms of the operations, it didn't affect us that much. Our volunteers were here, our security were here, all personnel were here. So it didn't affect us that much.
What has been the feedback after those cases of petty crime that were reported? We heard that the captain of the Jamaican netball team, Janelle Fowler, apparently she had some money stolen from her purse.
The police are still following up on those cases. At the moment, there's no suspects identified. They've gone through the video cameras, even the hotel itself. They went through the cameras, they interrogated their staff. They couldn't find anything. So, but the problem with that team was that, the incident, we learned that the teams, when they were going out, moving from one room to another, they were not locking the room. The money was also not in the safe, so they will put a latch so that the door doesn't close.
I got here yesterday, and one of the things that really struck me was you walk into the CTICC where the roads are, and you just get swept up in this wonderful vibe, this bubble that is the Netball World Cup. But when you move beyond the CTICC, there's not too much branding. Do you think you guys could have done more to market the tournament?
No, we did market the tournament. Remember, we also did the trophy tour. We moved to all the provinces, all the districts, even in the rural areas, to create awareness about this World Cup. And hence we also did fan parks and viewing centers in all the provinces, so that those people also that cannot make it to Cape Town, they can still be part of this event through the fan parks and the viewing centers.
Well, I can tell you one thing, every spectator that I've spoken to has just had wonderful things to say. Even the CEO of Tonga Netball said that this was an incredible World Cup, and she said well done to Cape Town and well done to the LOC. Priscilla, thank you very much for chatting to us.
Thank you so much.
Priscilla Masisi is the head of the organising committee of the 2023 Netball World Cup, just chatting to us about the challenges on what is, I think, for many of the organisers, a day where they can finally breathe a sigh of relief after the months and months of hard work that they've put in to get this tournament off of the ground and running smoothly. Hugo.
Vaylen, before we let you go, I'm going to ask you to pull out your crystal ball, gaze into it, and give us a call for that final that's happening in a few minutes' time.
I'm going to go with form. So I'm going to say that it is going to be another Australian victory, but that's only because they have won this world title 11 times. England are in the first final that they've ever been in since 1975 at a Netball World Cup, although England did only just edge Australia in the group stages. I can tell you one thing, Hugo, it is going to be an absolute thriller. But just because of history, I'm going to put my money on Australia.
Our sports editor, Vaylen Kirtley, putting her money on Australia. And to spice things up, I'll put my money on England.